Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Gavin Lockyer. He's the Managing Director for Arafura Resources. How are you today, Gavin?
Good, thanks, Tracy, and thanks for taking the time to speak to us.
So, Gavin, you're one of the hardest working CEOs in the entire rare earth industry, and you recently were in both New York and China. Can you give us some of the highlights from these shows?
Sure. I think the highlight for me was the Guangzhou Rare Earth Conference last week. It was well attended by 95% of the market, which is the Chinese producers, and the insight I gained from that and the optimism that they're seeing and showing in the rare earth space is very encouraging. They certainly are keen to see other non-Chinese producers up and running. They see that as an opportunity to ease the pressure off them to supply the rest of the world. But I guess the key for us is the magnets and the forecast growth that they're all predicting in the magnet industry. And our numbers are all based around a 10% year-on-year growth in the magnet feed. That's certainly been, I guess, confirmed by my recent trip to China.
Well, I was going to say, you've just jumped into my next question. The Arafura advantage, magnet metals. Okay. Gavin, if you just explain a little bit to our audience. I mean, we've been talking about light rare earths and heavy rare earths, but the one thing that I think you're communicating clearly is that magnets are in demand everywhere, and the companies that have the metals, the rare earth elements that are used for making magnets, are going to continue to be watched and are going to be a good value for shareholders. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and which magnet metals that Arafura has?
Certainly there was a lot of interest from the Chinese magnet producers in the Nolans project. And I guess with a 20% neodymium content, add in there our praseodymium, which are the two key magnet feed materials, nearly 26% of our resource is key and in-demand magnet feed. So we're very excited, and we look forward to ongoing discussions with these potential customers.
Arafura has consistently met benchmarks. And I mean, right now, the timeline, we've got your feasibility to be wrapped up around September of next year. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct. We're hoping that we can do it quicker, but I guess historically we have suffered our delays along the way, and I guess the GFC was one of the big drivers there. But we're well funded at the moment. We've got Chinese experts reviewing our flow sheets and optimizing that. So we certainly hope that we can develop the feasibility study as quick as possible and get into production this decade.
There's a lot of debate on the market right now with Molycorp and Lynas both having seemingly no end to their challenges. And I want to just kind of draw our audience's attention to the fact that there are other companies besides these two and that are different. Gavin, can you talk to us a little bit about what makes Arafura unique in the rare earth sector?
I think the differentiating factor for us is the composition of our resource. We have nearly 26% of magnet feed rare earths, and we certainly, as I keep saying, focus on the magnet feed. That is going to represent maybe 77% or thereabouts of our total revenues. We see it as the key growth market for the rare earth industry, and we would like to position ourselves in the marketplace as the next magnet producer.
All right, and on that front, what kind of benchmarks should we be looking forward to seeing from Arafura in the next, say, half a year to a year?
We've very close to putting out a significant, I wouldn't call it a feasibility document, but it's a project update document, which will explain our recent changes to the process and the flow sheet. It goes into a lot of depth around our CapEx and OpEx and how we came up with those numbers. And explains, hopefully, more fully to the market exactly where we sit in the process to heading towards production. You can see behind me a map which is all pretty colours. It looks like a Monet, It's actually probably better than that as far as we're concerned. It's showing the significant water resource that we've identified just south of Nolan's Bore, and that was one of the key factors that led us to relocate more of the plant back to Nolan's. And I guess why I'm talking about that is that we're very close to securing that resource, and we think that reporting on that very soon will be a significant kicker for us.
Well, Gavin, I want to thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
Not a problem. Thanks very much, Tracy.